Hello everyone, it's Pixel again, and this is going to be another Creepypasta review. This time I'm going to be doing one called Her Name Was Emma. So first and foremost, disclaimer, I own nothing. Everything belongs to the rightful owners, so please go and support them and be nice, please. And some viewers may find this disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised, please. So, yeah, this starts off with our narrator, whose name is Lottie, L-O-T-T-E, I believe, which I assume is short for Charlotte. And, yeah, and she talks about a girl named Emma, who was part of... She basically had a group of friends that called to themselves the Unbreakable Six, which consisted of her, Summer, Mel, Nina, and Jules. And of course there was also Emma. But it appears that Emma was actually just a joke that the other girls would play on her in the 4th grade. And that it was probably Jules that did it, because at one point she got suspended for pulling a prank that went too far. And perhaps it was maybe Summer, since she had a... She also... But she was always too busy with music and other stuff to come up with some kind of prank. And it also could have been Mel and Nina, who were best friends, and yeah, they were like sisters. And one day, while getting lunch, Lottie thinks back to the time when she first met Emma, with Jules calling everyone over to their lunch table and introducing Emma. To their new group. But strangely, Lottie doesn't see her. And Summer tells her that she's being rude, and tells her to say hi to Emma. And so she does, but so Charlotte tells how Emma ended up becoming a normal part of their lives. That they would buy her birthday presents, but they would just disappear. Such as some games, clothing, and even a necklace that Mel got her disappeared. And they never went to Emma's house, and she asks Nina about it, and she tells Lottie not to be rude, and that her family doesn't have a lot of money, and that, well, Emma is embarrassed to let them come over. but they still, consider Emma to be a friend. So it goes off. So it goes on for a while. I am just terrible. Basically, but something happens during their sophomore years of high school. They're having a sleepover, and Charlotte asks Emma to be described. Basically, what she looks like. And, she has brown hair, green eyes, all that stuff. And apparently she doesn't like getting her picture taken. And she's nice, but she's also quiet. And she dances really well. And when it happened, something happens during their senior year that while the girls are at a party they're actually at Nina's place, and apparently her house has a pool. And sorry about that. And Jules tells Charlotte to look at Emma, but of course she still doesn't see her. And apparently this has been going on for 9 years. And then Lottie finally snaps and asks her friends how long are you going to keep doing this, and that she hates them, and that they always do this, that she's always been, part of their joke, their prank for almost 10 years. And that she tells them that Emma was some prank that got out of hand, and that she's mad that none of them even had the guts to tell her that it was a prank, and that it kept going and going, and that it's not fair. But Summer tells Charlotte not to be that way, and that Emma is right there and she's being really rude to her. And she asks her why she's doing this and if she's upset. And Mel tries to comfort. She tries to ease the tension by saying that Lottie looks nice too. And Nina tells her not to take her anger out on Emma. And Nina goes and comforts her, and that she tells her that Lottie is just under a lot of stress. But Charlotte tells them to stop and that Emma isn't real, and how can they do this? And the next part is a bit of a blur, because Charlotte doesn't remember exactly what happened, and But she does remember that she went over to Emma, and started kicking the air. She heard a scream, she slipped, and hit her head. And a day later, she wakes up in the hospital with her parents and her friends. And Jules approaches her, and she tells Charlotte that she's sorry. And the girls all start apologizing. And throughout the rest of the year, they don't mention Emma at all. And that... But something did happen, since apparently a cop was called to the principal's office, and apparently something happened to Mel and Nina. And after the accident, Charlotte started to... She basically doesn't know exactly what to do. She starts to withdraw from everyone. She didn't talk to anyone, she didn't do anything, she didn't even go to prom. She just stared at her ceiling, wondering what happened, because Emma was in most of her life, and now she was like a ghost. And after graduating high school, she went to a university far, far away. But she still feels upset that her friends apparently chose a punchline over her. But yeah, she does get good grades, and she even ends up getting a boyfriend. But she gets quiet when he asks about high school, and basically he doesn't push her, and just tries to comfort her. And 4 years later, she finishes up college, where she runs into... Sorry about that. She runs into an old classmate, and she shows her the yearbook. And one of them is... Charlotte sees on the page that someone there was named Emma. And her old friend, whose name is Annie tells her that it's sad about what happened to Emma, and that she wishes... And Charlotte then remembers everything about what happened. She looks at a picture of her and her friends, which she then looks and sees a girl that she never saw before. But she's there. And she's exactly how the others described her. And that Well, yeah. So Charlotte ends up getting back into contact with all of her old friends. And she asks them to meet her at her house and that it's important. And the girls seem to... Actually, no. They go to a Starbucks and wait. And Summer, who is now... She's now in a band camp coaching kids. Nina became a librarian. Mel is married and is going to be having her second child. And she tells the others what happened to Emma, and Jules said nothing, and that Emma wasn't actually real, and that Nina says that she was just a prank. But Charlotte says no, she was. She was real, and what happened to her. And Summer... Jules tries to say nothing, but Summer confesses that something that she... On that day at the pool, Charlotte apparently went nuts and started kicking at her. She then slipped and she ended up bashing Emma's head, and she fell into the pool, and it was too late to save her. And Jules tells Lottie that they weren't going to let her be taken to jail because they were the Unbreakable Six. And Charlotte, on the other hand, though, she wants to turn herself in. And Nina tells her that she doesn't have to do it because they got rid of all the evidence and they buried her somewhere where no one would find her. But Charlotte insists on turning herself in, and she even tells all of her friends that she was the one who did everything and they had nothing to do with this. And she tells them that, she also tells them that she never saw Emma before. And apparently the girls explain that they all thought it was weird that she was always so cold towards Emma and didn't even acknowledge her. But Charlotte swears that she never saw her and asks her friends to show her where she's buried. And they do so. And they start digging up where they buried her, but something happens once they manage to do so. The girls start freaking out, and sorry. But the story actually ends with this. Me, I laughed and laughed and laughed, tears streaming down my face, laughing until it hurt as I looked down into an empty grave. So that was, her name was Emma. Now, I actually have seen a theory on this video, on this story. I am sorry, I am just terrible today. So yeah, I find that to be really unsettling, to say the least, because, like, was Emma real? Was she an actual person? Was she a ghost of some kind? I actually might do a video on the theory for this story, because, well, but yeah, it's left in a mystery as to whether or not Emma was actually real. Like, was she an actual person that Charlotte just didn't see? Or was it all just a joke gone wrong? Who knows? But yeah, I might do a video on some theories on this story, but for now, well, my camera is about to die, so sorry, I'm gonna have to cut this a little short, but regardless, I do hope you all enjoyed, and thank you all for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!